I was gonna say maybe we should, kind of. I feel like we should kick the ball off by naming an Australian film.
Ooh, ooh, keep up by naming an
I know it's
Australian.
putting a like a microscope on like a spotlight on you right now. But I thought it was funny just because that was, the beginning of the episode coming up is that great banter between the two characters.
Australian film, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
That was
And
mine.
oh, you got that? Oh, see, it's a great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
Yes. But also, I mean, again, like your character says, Crocodile Dundee. I mean, like if you're gonna name an Australian film, also the
Yes,
epitome of
Crocodile Dundee is definitely up there, and especially for Deshaun, 100%.
exactly. I mean, it's like talking about royalty when talk about Australia at the same time too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is a really special episode. We get to learn a little bit more about Deshaun, your character, backstory. When the both of you, for Deshaun and Evie, your characters, when you kind of got the script and started reading through the episode, what kind of stood out to you either about the writing or where we're going with these characters?
Uh, well, we didn't get the scripts till late, and no one explained to us what was actually happening in the scripts. Morgan O'Neill just likes to tease us, and he basically just turned around to me and was like, "You're gonna enjoy episode 6, so just wait until you get it." And then when I received it in my emails, I was taken back because, for the past season and a half, Deshaun has been a character that's obviously heavily involved in the squad, but we've never really got to know him too tough or dive into any areas of his backstory or who he is. So to find this out and understand this is a massive part of his past and who he is was incredible to discover, but also discovering that with Evie, there was so much that the audience is going to learn about Deshaun, but at the same time, for me, they're going to learn about Evie and Deshaun. And it was just beautiful to read. And what stood out for me was the bravado within the Navy SEALs themselves of how they come together and what it means to be a SEAL and what it means to be brothers. And I think I take a lot of that now and have done a lot of that with Deshaun in terms of how he is with Evie. There's a protection and a care and a love that's there that I think also people will now understand where that is formed from and where and why Deshaun is the way he is. And again, just reading it was beautiful because any actor always dreams to have storylines or dreams to even have lines. So to have a story based on my character and get to experience that with Tully as Evie was incredible, and I couldn't have asked for any more. And I just hope the audience really enjoy what we've been able to put onto paper. Screen, sorry, onto TV, onto film, sorry, onto film.
What about for you, Tully, specifically as well for your character Evie? What did this kind of mean, or what did you see within the writing for her?
Um, I think it just informs Evie and Deshaun's relationship and further enriches it and fleshes it out. And I think in a show like this, you're kind of only as strong as your partner. So to get to be able to explore those things together and sorry, yeah, there's an excitement in that because then it just informs Evie's journey as much as it informs Deshaun, like Sean was saying.
Yeah, I mean, you two have this great kind of like tete-a-tete beats that provides these like barbs and like chemistry between the two of you. And wanted to ask if that something that you found has kind of been organic between you two as actors, or something that you kind of crafted together as these characters' journeys kind of are intertwined and as, part of the team together.
If I would like to step in and answer just a little half of this, and then T can take over. I remember the first through that we had. I was sat next to Tully, and it was a very big and intense read through. There was cameras, microphones, which we didn't know it was going to be this intense because it was also being recorded for CBS. And I remember my nerves got the best of me, and I was sat next to Tully, and my leg was just shaking. Bearing in mind, I've only met Tully probably once or twice prior to this, and it was just like, hey, how are you? And my leg was shaking. And at the end of the first episode read through, she looked at me and was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm good, just a bit nervous. And like, she was like, me too, me too. And like, we had this little giggle. And I just remember from that moment, I knew we was gonna be good. And when we got to filming, we then got so close through the rehearsal period, through just hanging out with each other, that when it come to filming, it was just so natural. And now for us, it's like it's like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? It's like your best friend. It's just you're in sync. So now for us on screen and off screen, we get along so well that it's effortless. And I think that's what's coming across as to why the Sean and Evie's dynamic is being perceived as that is because we just enjoy being around each other on and off screen, and hopefully that's what's reading.
Yeah, I feel like our own friendship development has kind of mirrored Evie's and Deshawn's, and it's kind of been informed. Our friendship has been informed by the scripts, and I think the
Mm,
scripts in turn have been informed by the friendship that we've built together.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
We talk a little bit about, the dynamics, of course, between these characters, Deshaun and Evie. I mean, this episode specifically puts like a microscope lens between the two of them. What does this lens kind of offer the audience as much as it does to each other between Evie and Deshaun, do you think?
I think what it offers is massively in this is trust. I think for me, especially in this episode, because it's so intense in a moment of, life or death that you'd always hope that the person that you ever got into that experience with would have your back no matter what. And I think Evie knows Deshaun will have her back, but Deshaun doesn't know that because of his failure. And it's such a beautiful moment and it's so subtle for me that there's a bit of dialogue where Evie basically says to me, if I was to be in this situation, I would only want to be in this with you. And I think that trust and that understanding and that knowledge of who I am made me realize who I was and allowed me to step up and really go face to face with Axeman. Because without that, I feel like Deshaun's always wanted that belief and love from someone. And that's why a lot of people join the army or, to become a Navy SEAL is to seek that family and that brotherhood and that love and that respect that maybe they didn't get in their life prior to that. And I think Evie bringing that out in me is such a massive turning point for how Deshaun sees Evie now, and how he understands that the trust she has within him in such a crazy moment in life that if anyone was to go through, you would always hope that the person you're going through it with would have your back no matter what. And I didn't know if I had that capability to have her back in this moment, and she brings that out in me. And I think that's such a massive thing for me and Evie in this relationship is the trust.
Yeah, I think the wonderful thing for the audience is you get a window into Deshawn that we haven't previously seen. I think Deshawn has a wonderful ability to see the good and the positive in any situation that you could potentially see that as being one-dimensional or that he hasn't had any sort of trials and tribulations in his life. But I think it adds a beautiful layer of context as to why he chooses to see the good in everything because of what he's been through and what he's experienced. And that is a choice. And that just opens up so much more love for, I know for Evie, for Deshawn as a person, because you see that vulnerability and that, yeah, his decision to be joyful and happy and experience all the good has come from something very specific for him. Yeah.
100%.
I really enjoy how much the series really offers such diverse perspectives amongst the team and really sharp, compelling storytelling. As someone who is a part of the series, what is it like for you portraying these really strong, representative characters?
It's incredible. it's a dream come true, honestly. You know, as an actor, you always hope that a script that lands in front of you is something that you can resonate with and really dig your claws into and have that fun with. And again, Morgan O'Neill, the showrunner and creators, allowed us, you know, to have that creativity and also created such beautiful characters for us. We're so easy to, you know, dive into their worlds and figure out who they are and discover who they are and make it and play it so effortlessly. Sorry, that word was not coming out of my mouth, but it's just beautiful how the characters for us are everything, and being able to bring them to light and to life is a dream come true, really, as an actor's dream, because you get a script and you instantly go, can I resonate with this? And so far, everything I've seen on paper for myself, I've been able to resonate with. And I just really hope that we keep bringing an energy and a vibe that the audience keep enjoying and falling in love with the journey that we're all on together. You know, we're experiencing this the same way the audience is. So we just really hope that the audience is behind us and we're behind them.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm super impressed by the wonderful portrayals by both of you in these characters, and there's something that I can find myself that dri kind of drives things with Sean's ethic and you know, and Evie's, you know, like nature, but you know, like there's a character that I can feel connected to when I watch, and both of you do a really exceptional job with your portrayals, and I'm incredibly impressed by the production, the writing, and everybody involved in this incredible series.
I also think I have to give a massive shout out to, you know, again, all NCIS agents all over the world, because this is who we are portraying. And again, for Evie, you know, AFP, is that we just hope that we're doing them justice. As much as this is TV and film, we really hope that we're showcasing who they are and what they go through and how they carry out procedures to a level that they're happy with. And because that's really who we're showcasing here is these people that put their lives at risk for us. And as much as it's entertainment, it's also people's real jobs. And I just really hope that on screen we're doing a job that they could be proud of. And yeah, that's always really about when you're playing a character of those working environments, is that making sure we do the job right by them and we get their blessing. So I'm over the moon that you're you know you're happy with how we're playing it, and that's the response that we're looking for. So thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you
that.
so much. That was really nice.
You're welcome. I'm really drawn in to the relationship dynamics between the two of your characters as much as I am the wonderful work that the team does together. It really is like a hand in glove when when I watch, and I really am such a fan of getting to watch your portrayals. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about kind of what continues to help you grow, or to challenge you as an actor portraying these individuals. Is it, you know, constantly learning something new within the role, or something that you're learning about yourself individually?
My biggest thing is the more that we do this together and the more that we're thrown into all of these crazy situations, the amount that I've learned just from working with Sean has been absolutely astronomical. And it continues to surprise me, as well as the rest of the team. But I feel very lucky that I'm in a group of actors who are so open and vulnerable and giving, that we have the space and the opportunity to just explore and to play and to be extremely free.
Yeah, also touching up on that, you know, as much as we are actors, we're human. And what's beautiful is that I've never worked on a set where we're all so vulnerable with each other and so open and so willing to take advice and listen to each other. And it allows us to or not just grow as actors, but massively grow as people. And like what you said, you know, with the character and ourselves, I feel like a lot that goes on in our personal life can come into how you play certain things. And especially for me and T, um, we just have such a beautiful relationship outside of this, where we talk to each other about so much, that I think coming on to them becoming Deshaun and Evie on screen, it's just so attached and dynamic because of also the relationship we have as people outside of this. And I think that's a massive reason as to why we enjoy playing the characters. And I think a reason why the audience enjoys the dynamic because we really are free with each other and just enjoy this journey together.
It's so wonderful to hear the camaraderie and the spirit and the community that you all share together as a team on screen and a team off screen.
Yeah, and that's with all of us. Todd the Sons, Liv Swan, you got Maroney, like all of us. We're all so close. So it's like it, it honestly is a thing where you say, for me, work is a dream, and it honestly is waking up every morning. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm going to work. I feel like I'm just waking up to go and hang out with my people and tell a story. So it truly is a blessing and incredible to
I feel
work
like
alongside.
I feel like we felt a similar way in being welcomed into the NCIS verse as well. I think that allowed us to have the freedom that we do also, because we were just welcomed with open arms into the NCIS verse, and
Yeah.
it's a great place to be.
Yes, it's incredible.